Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Evan, aka Swish Everything, back with another video. It's been a while since I've done a video. I think the last couple of videos I made were mostly in 2K19. I made a couple 2K20 videos, and then I haven't really been playing a lot of competitive 2K, so I haven't been posting videos. I've been playing mostly casually, and lately I've been dealing with a lot of family-related stuff. So I haven't been posting any videos, but if you're, if you've been around the channel for a little while, you know that I used to make Madden videos, I used to make NCAA Road to Glory videos, and I was thinking about just doing a franchise, a fantasy franchise, and maybe possibly a regular franchise with the Seahawks at some point, but I wanted to be the Detroit Lions, and I wanted to do a fantasy franchise just because it kind of gets you a different kind of like look for each team. Teams in your division will be different. Teams that you're going to be playing each year will be a little bit different. One of the reasons I like fantasy franchises is because in one of the fantasy franchises I've done in the past, I got to play against a team that had Jonathan Taylor and Tom Brady on the same team, and that's something that you just never see in real life. So that's one of the cool aspects I like about doing a fantasy draft and going multiple years into it. So that's kind of the plan with this series. I love getting getting super detailed on stats and stuff, or breaking records and all that sort of stuff in doing a multi-year franchise. So I'm looking forward to that. And then in the future I might be doing some 2K videos as well. I think I got everything right there. I might be doing some 2K videos in the future as well, getting back into competitive 2K a little bit. But yeah, forgive me if I don't sound super animated. It's been a tough week for me, and I'm still coming off of being sick a little bit. So yeah, with that being said, though, let's go ahead and get into the fantasy draft. I'm always looking forward to see kind of where we get our first pick in the first round. So let's see what we get. And I'm excited to see too, who are the Packers going to get, who are the Bears going to get, who are the Vikings going to get. So we got pick number 19. Myles Garrett just came off the board. He's always a really good pickup. I'm going to pause my draft timer here, and I'll speed up kind of throughout if need be. I don't want this video to be forever for the draft here, but to start off with, of course, if we're going to be playing multiple years, we're going to be looking for younger players. Only thing is, I don't want to just draft a bunch of 22-year-olds on the team. I want to be semi-realistic to some extent. I want to we don't have to just draft exclusively young players. I'm just looking for kind of the best players available. The thing is, Devontae Adams, how old is he? He is 29. See, late 20s is kind of for a high pick. That's maybe a little bit too old. I know Cooper Kupp, he is also 29, so see, the receivers on the board is tough. And I know Tyreek's already gone. And Jamar's still on there. See, Jamar's a player that I would consider getting 90 overall, 22 years old. Let's see, is Kyle Pitts still here? Kyle Pitts is still here. The thing is, I always get Kyle Pitts in a draft, so I'm going to go ahead and try to avoid drafting the usual players that I would go for and try to just draft something a little unique, but still some really good players. TJ Watt, he's 27, I believe, 97 overall. Fred Warner, if Micah Parsons was still available at outside linebacker, I definitely would have gotten him, but I assume he got taken just a couple picks ago. Cornerback, there's a lot of really good cornerbacks, 97 overall. The thing is, I know for a fact that when we get to the second round, Jamar Chase is going to be gone if I don't grab him right now. But I could also get Aaron Donald, but Aaron Donald's 31 years old. So, I've never had Cooper Kupp on the team before. I've never had Devontae Adams either, but Cooper Kupp is just a crazy receiver. He's taller than Devontae Adams. Both of them are great players, same age. But I've never had Cooper Kupp, and I have a lot of different ways that I kind of want to get him involved potentially. But the thing is, I don't think I can do it. I think, you know what, we'll do it. We'll do it. Because, Jamar Chase is a 90 overall. Cooper Kupp is 29, and Jamar's 22. And, if I probably should have drafted Jamar, but, I just wanted to switch it up a little bit. Anyways, getting to our second pick. That was a tough one. Getting to our second pick. Still got Trent Williams on the board. He's pretty old for this right now. Imagine if we had Derrick Henry and Cooper Kupp on one team. That would be insane. But I'm not looking for a halfback right now. Let's see. I wonder who is available. Strong safety. See, the thing is, I have like prototype kind of like builds I'm looking for in different kinds of positions. Like safeties, I really like my safeties to be very tall. Some of them I like to be able to play man coverage. I like for my safeties to have high hit power. Maybe I'll have like a box safety at times. Cornerback's looking really good, actually. Patrick Surtain's on the board at 89 overall. That's tough. It's tough. Patrick Surtain, 22. Yeah, I think I got to take Surtain here.
With the
Okay,
next
well,
selection,
yeah, he's a reach. Apparently, he's too
clock.
lower. But okay, third round here. Trent Williams is still on the board. I'm not sure when he's actually going to be getting taken here. Let's see. So Trent Williams, he is 34. Tyron is 31. The thing is, look at the QBs available now. We've got Kirk Cousins, Geno, Ryan Tannehill, Jimmy Garoppolo, Jared Goff, Jameis Winston. Not a lot of QBs left to take. So these QBs tend to stick around late in the draft as well. So I think if I'm not going to have a great quarterback to start off with, I do want to build a good O-line and have some good receivers like Cooper Kupp on the team. So I think I'm going to actually go, let's see, what's Zach Martin's age now? He's 31. It's between Zach Martin, Tyron Smith, and Trent Williams. He's 98 overall. He's 3 years younger. The thing is, I think I'm probably going to take Tyron here. Yeah, I'm going to take Tyron because guard is not nearly as important as tackle. And Tyron is like 3 years younger. So I'm taking him. Okay, so now we got a left tackle, we got a receiver, and we got a corner. Imagine if I drafted DeAndre Hopkins there. That'd be crazy. I think he's a little too old, though. Okay, after looking at all the players on the board that are available, I've decided on getting some edge rushing. I'm going to go ahead and get Max Crosby. Main reason why I'm getting Max Crosby is because I've not had him specifically before on my team. And I usually run a 4-3. I'm thinking about running a 3-4. I think he could be a good fit. So that's why I'm grabbing him there. 92 overall, too, and he's only 25. Is a pretty good deal for an edge rusher. Now, Joel Bentonio is a little bit old, and this definitely is probably a reach here, but I want to secure the O-line as much as I can. Again, not having a great QB. I always love having a good O-line because it makes their running game so much easier. So that is going to help out a lot. All right, so after looking at all the options for round 6, I ultimately decided that I'm going to take DeMarcus Lawrence here. He is 30 years old, but he's a 91 overall left end, and I think he could play well in the 3-4 as well. All right, next here, I want to secure one of the best receivers in Madden if he's still available. Hopefully he is. This is definitely a reach. Let's see, but he's still here. Okay, I'm absolutely taking Jameson Williams. Takes the top off the defense. Absolutely, 98 speed, 95 excel. There's not another player like him at 6'2". Easy pick for me. And he's also plays for the Lions in real life, so that helped out a little bit. Now looking at our next pick, so right now we've got 2 wide receivers. We've got a left tackle, left guard, and we've got a left end. We've got an edge rushing left outside linebacker, and then we've got 1 corner. So we don't have any safeties yet, and we don't have any like coverage linebackers. And I was thinking about taking Jordan Brooks, but he's off the board as a great run-stopping middle linebacker. So I think what I'm going to go ahead and do is continue to work on the O-line. Corey Linsley, he is also 31. I'm going to be honest, a lot of the time I don't really care about the age of the O-line I draft. For the most part, I feel like they hold up pretty well. That's just kind of like my opinion, I guess. I don't really look that closely at O-linemen, but like they seem to age pretty well in Madden for me at least. Let's see, is Calais Campbell still available? He is still available. What I like to do sometimes, honestly, I'll probably just move him to D-tackle. I don't care if he's 6'8", 36 years old. Doesn't matter. He's going to play D-tackle for me. I think he goes up to like a 90-something overall when he's at D-tackle. So the team is looking aged a little bit, but that's fine. You know, when we're playing this for a long time, I'm more interested in getting like crazy draft picks than I am in building an amazing team right off of the first draft. Mostly I'm just looking for players that can fit within the system that I want to run. So that is, you know, like running a 3-4 or like running like big nickel quite a bit. Let's see, we still got 88 overalls available, so that means he's almost definitely on here still. He is. You know, I don't care about the overall rating sometimes. Sometimes I just need players that are going to fit. So like Isaiah Simmons, 6'4", crazy speed. Can put him at linebacker if I want to, or can leave him at safety. Obviously, a lot of people use him. Great player. Tariq Woolen, 98 speed, 6'4". Still only has normal dev, which, you know, after having, like, I think 5 picks now at this point in the season, I think he should at least have star development, if not higher. But it is what it is. That's totally fine. That means that I get to still draft him pretty late. And, you know, I don't even care if that was a slight reach at corner. I think he is one of the best, most valuable corners in all of Madden. Just because he's 6'4", 98 speed. He's got great man already, and that I'm going to be sending him on a lot of blitzes as well. At QB at this point, Kirk Cousins, 10 overall ahead of everybody else. Matt Ryan, 72 overall, and then there's not much after that. I'm going to go ahead and draft Kirk Cousins now. And, you know, that's honestly not a great pick. All the good quarterbacks get taken at the very front of the first round. And looking at it here, there's usually, when I draft Kirk Cousins, I'm looking at other young QBs. And the thing is, a lot of the times when I'm playing like a franchise, if I'm looking to break records, if I'm looking to break like career-long records, I want a young quarterback to start out with. So, well, Malik Willis, he is, you know, a rookie this year. He's 23 years old. It's probably about the, you know, the older side of who you're going to get out of the draft. He does have like the stats I'm looking for. So he does have like 94 throw power, high break sack. He's got 90 speed and 93 excel, which is crazy for a QB. I do love to see that. He's 6'1", so he's not short. The thing is, I don't know if I want to commit to him long term. So that's why I got Kirk Cousins on the team. So I kind of have 2 QBs that can bridge until I maybe see another great QB in an upcoming draft. So we'll have to wait and see about that. All right, Charles Leno, 30 years old, 6'3", plays left tackle. We're going to move him over to right tackle. Now we just need to get a right guard, and then our O-line, our starting O-line is done. And usually I just like to make sure to get it out of the way. Zeitler, 84 overall. I think he's quite a bit older though. Only 32. I'm gonna go ahead and take him right there. So now we're in round 16. We got our whole O-line done. We've got 2 receivers. We have 2 QBs. And we're gonna wait on halfback. We don't need a tight end right now. So on defense, we've got some pass rushers. We've got our 1 D tackle that's going to be Calais Campbell, but right now he's at D end. We've got a strong safety that could be our linebacker as well. I'm still looking to see, you know, who's gonna actually be our right end if Calais Campbell's playing D tackle. Trey Hendrickson, 27 years old, 6'4", 84 speed, 88 finesse. Not very good block shed, but that's fine. I'm going to go ahead and grab him, actually.
On the clock now.
Now, there's one player that I've never drafted that I've always wanted to draft, and that's Baron Brown. I've watched him a couple games with the Broncos, and he's only 23 years old. Power rusher, 87 speed, 85 hit power. Decent zone, actually. Decent block shed. I think he'd fit great in a 3-4. I'm going to go ahead and draft him. 76 overall. They said it's a slight reach, but he was one of the top outside linebackers still on the board. And the third corner on the team is probably going to end up playing mostly man. Let's see. There's There's a couple corners that I've used in the past that I just love in man coverage. And let's see, is he still on here? You know, I'm not seeing who I was looking for. I think I'm going to go ahead and go with Eric Stokes. 6'1", 95 speed is insane. So we've got a lot of speedy DBs. We've got one with 93 speed, one with 98 speed, one with 95 speed. Isaiah Simmons has been playing a lot of box safety, or if he's going to be playing linebacker, we do need some other safeties. I'm not seeing a lot of safeties right now. Now, I'm looking for some other sort of coverage linebackers. Christian Harris is one that I like a lot. He's technically a speed rusher, but he's got 90 speed. He's got 82 hit power, 6'1". He's got 60 zone, 66 block shed. He's got 65 man coverage, which is pretty high, especially for a quote-unquote speed rushing outside linebacker. So, yeah, definitely a reach, but a lot of the times I'm more concerned about making sure I get the players I want on my team than I am about picking the top player based off of what Madden's looking for. Okay, so at this point, we're going to be drafting a halfback. We've got most of the things we need on offense. Let's see, Rashad Penny, he is only 26. He got decent trucking, decent stiff arm, decent juke. Here's the thing. Rashad Penny, to me, is not that exciting of a player. He's got star development. Cordell Patterson is obviously going to decline in terms of Madden, 31 years old, but he's got superstar dev. He's got 91 speed. He's a great receiving back. I love to have a receiving back on the team. I don't mind that he's a little bit older, so I'm going to go ahead and draft him. And then if we do have him playing halfback, I do want sort of more of a power back on the team as well. Ramondre is on here. The thing about Ramondre in Madden is he's only 24. He's got 89 speed. He's got very high trucking, actually, and very high break tackle, very high carry. I was thinking that I'd want Leonard Fournette over him. The only thing I think Leonard Fournette has on him right now, obviously he's a higher overall, but Leonard Fournette has star development. Ramondre does not. But I think with Leonard Fournette being 27 and Ramondre being 24, I'm going to go ahead and draft Ramondre, partially because I had him in fantasy and I dropped him after like week 4. So I feel terrible about that. So I'm just going to draft him in our franchise because I have to make up for that horrible mistake that could have actually ruined my fantasy season. I like to have kind of like a jump ball wide receiver. Doesn't need to be particularly fast. Going with Julio. I don't care that he's a little bit older. Again, you guys can probably tell by this point that I don't care if we draft older players on the team. That just incentivizes us making sure we draft good players in the upcoming draft. Looking at free safety. Again, we definitely need some good safeties. There's not a lot of good ones left. I think Adrian Phillips was one that I had been looking at in kind of like this range. He's got decent zone, good man, almost no hit power. I do love to have safeties that have hit power. So that's kind of a bummer. But I think I'm going to go ahead and see, what's Eric Rowe's age? 29. You get no tackling at all. LaMarcus Joyner, 31, 5'8". Got really good man, good excel, 84 zone, 82 hit power, very low block shed, so he's not going to be great in the run game. 5'8", very small. That's fine. I'm going to go ahead and draft LaMarcus Joyner here and understand that he needs to be replaced. So I'm going to go ahead and just go by age here. I'm looking for people that have really high speed, that are tall. And I think, honestly, if I'm looking at speed, Tyndall has 91 speed, 94 excel. 6'2", it's pretty great. And I'm not seeing anyone that comes close to that sort of... Oh, Troy Anderson. How old is Troy Anderson? 23, 6'4", 92 speed. Honestly, I didn't even look at him. I thought he was older. So I think I'm going to actually go ahead and draft Troy Anderson here. I did not realize how young he was. But yeah, 6'4", 92 speed, 94 excel. I'm going to go ahead and draft Troy Anderson here. Now, look at Damon Clark, 22, 6'3". He's more of a run stopper, but he's got 90 speed. Great linebacker to have on the team. I don't care if it's a reach or not. I just need him on the team. I'm going to draft Kyle Juszczyk here. Hugely important to the way I like to run my team.
The Lions are on the clock.
Now, we can actually draft a tight end here. I do think that Mercedes Lewis will be on the board for quite a while longer. I don't care. I'm going to draft him now. I don't mind that he's a lot older. Again, this is something that I'll be looking for in the draft. I do like Albert O. I don't even know how to say his last name. I do like him because he's very fast. I'm probably going to take Jelani Woods as well. He's also 6'7". So I'm going to get Jelani Woods at some point.
Now,
there's one player that I usually like to get because he can play a little bit of running back, and he can also play a little receiver. All right, after going through the draft, these are the players we have. We have Kirk Cousins at QB with Malik Willis as a backup. Kirk is 34 years old and only an 82 overall. Doesn't actually fit with the type of player I'm usually looking for. It says he's a mentor/franchise QB. He's only got 88 throw power, only 75 speed, so that's a possibility that Malik Willis may usurp him and take over the spot at QB. It may also be possible that we look at drafting a QB in next year's draft. Cordero Patterson, 91 speed, 31 years old, great receiving back. We got Ramondre as a power back, and then our third running back is Bo Scarborough. The main reason I drafted him is because he destroyed the Huskies in the college football playoffs. 88 speed, nothing crazy. Same as Ramondre, pretty much. He's kind of like if Derrick Henry wasn't good, is what I'd call Bo Scarborough. And Scarborough is also 2 inches shorter. We got Kyle Juszczyk, super important. I actually have a fullback on the field a lot of the time when I'm playing in my offense. Mostly, I like to run pistol a lot, but to run a lot of pistol, I usually like to have a faster QB. Wide receiver, we got Cooper Kupp, and then Jameson Williams is that next in line wide receiver on the team, 21 years old with 98 speed. And then Julio, again, I love to have a tall wide receiver. All three of them are 6'2" at least. But Julio, I like to have, he's got great jumping, great catching traffic. He's a great jump ball wide receiver, especially when I don't have a tight end that can kind of do that. Julio can fit that role. Marquise Goodwin, Calvin Austin, Derek Young. Marquise Goodwin and Calvin Austin, semi-similar players, both shorter, faster players. And then Derek Young is a wide receiver for the Seahawks that can low-key play a little bit of running back, but Calvin Austin can kind of do that as well. I don't think Derek Young's going to get a lot of playing time with his, he's 6'2", he's 91 speed. That's pretty solid, but we'll have to wait and see. We do have a lot of great receivers ahead of him. At tight end, this is probably the biggest spot that needs to eventually be fixed. Tight end, we have Mercedes Lewis, who is an 80 overall, but he's only got 71 speed. He's just a pure blocking tight end. And I do like having one blocking tight end on the team, but usually that's not my number one tight end. We also got Albert O, very fast, 6'5" tight end, young as well. Not very good in real life, and honestly, 69 overall, 24 years old. I'm not sure if he is a long-term solution at tight end, and I don't think Colby Parkinson is either, even though he's only 23 years old. He is 6'7". He's shorter. He's more of a, he's sort of a hybrid tight end where he can block a little bit. He's also a little bit of a possession tight end. He's not much of a speed tight end, obviously, but his height is super nice to have on the team. At left tackle, we got Tyron Smith, who I didn't know he was actually going to be injured. He has a partial MCL tear. He's going to be out for 9 weeks. That's fine because we do actually have some depth behind him at a variety of different spots in the O-line. Leno, he's going to end up starting at right tackle for me. Joel Bitonio, 92 overall, 30 years old. Corey Linsley, 31 years old, 89 overall. Zeitler, 32, 84 overall. Right tackle, we got Nicholas Petit-Frere. I don't know how to say that. He's a rookie from Ohio State. He is not going to be starting. He's going to be the backup right tackle for Charles Leno, who's at left tackle right now. Now, the defense, we've got DeMarcus Lawrence starting at left end, 91 overall, 30 years old. And we got Kyron Johnson, who's just on the team literally because he's fast. He got 92 speed. He's got no other skill set in Madden. He doesn't have block shed. He doesn't have finesse. He doesn't have power moves. He's short as well. He's really a linebacker that's been put at left end. And I'm not sure I'm going to even use him very much. At right end, Calais Campbell is going to end up being put to D tackle. We're going to do that pretty soon. At D tackle, I would expect him to be at least a 90 overall. And then Trey Hendrickson is going to be the main guy starting at right end for us. 27 years old, just a solid right end. I do expect to eventually possibly look for defensive linemen in the draft as well. And then Amari Barno, 6'5", 92 speed. He's only on the team again. He's 23 years old, 92 speed, 6'5". He's got great measurables, but his skill set's not really there. So I'm not sure if he's going to be playing at all or if I can move him to linebacker. I don't think that's the case because he is at right end. He probably has very low catching. He has no zone. So we'll have to wait and see. At D tackle, we got Al Woods. Again, he's going to be the backup D tackle to Calais Campbell, and we're in our 3-4. And then I just picked another D tackle that was very young, 22 years old, Jaden Peavy, who looks very good potentially down the line. He is only a 61 overall, but he's got plenty of time to develop. Max Crosby, 92 overall. Never had him before on the team, but I mean, 92 overall, 25 years old, 85 speed. He looks like a great 3-4 outside linebacker. Bruce Irvin we also have on the team. We also have Damon Clark, who I like a lot because he's 6'3". He's at 90 speed. I could definitely use him sometimes. Middle linebacker, LJ Ford is kind of like a stopgap middle linebacker. He'll be on the field for sure. We'll just have to wait and see how the preseason kind of goes. But we also have Troy Anderson waiting in the wings, who I've never used before either. He's 6'4" and he's got 92 speed, only 23 years old. Could be a great user middle linebacker out of Montana State. And then we got Marcus Allen, 26 years old, just kind of a great all-around middle linebacker as a backup. 86 speed, he's got great hit power. I didn't check his coverage really, but 6'2", he's got decent height. Baron Browning, right outside linebacker, 87 speed, 92 excel. He's got good finesse, I think. He's got really high hit power at 85. 73 block sheds, solid. He's going to be a great 3-4 outside linebacker. And then we've got some backups here. We've got Jason Pierre-Paul, who's not going to touch the field all that much. And then Christian Harris, I'm very excited about. Great speed, 6'1", so not exactly as tall as I'd necessarily like him to be, but he's just a great linebacker that has 65 man right now, but I think he could develop into a great coverage linebacker. So I could be actually moving him to middle linebacker potentially. At corner, we've got Patrick Surtain. We've got the corner position basically solved for a long time unless somebody leaves in free agency possibly. So we've got Surtain, 89 overall, 22 years old, 93 speed, 6'2", prototype sort of corner that I like to have on the team. And then Tariq Woolen, I'm a big Seahawks fan, so I love having him on the team as well with his 98 speed, 6'4". Going to be using him a lot in man blitzes, but also definitely going to let him play outside coverage, especially if I see like matchups where it's a taller wide receiver like a DK Metcalf or something like that. Putting him on him, I think, could be really beneficial. Eric Stokes, another really fast corner. I've never had him in the franchise before, but 95 speed, 6'1". All three of these corners kind of fit the bill of what I look for in a corner. I do like my corners to be taller, but I'm okay with shorter corners as well. I've had some short corners that are like, 6 foot is not short, but I've had 6 foot corners and I've had like some 5'10" corners that have been really good in the past. So I'm not against having short corners by any means. Free safety, that's probably the biggest issue on the team. LaMarcus Joyner, only 5'8", does not fit at all what I want at free safety. Only 87 speed. He's a lot older, 31 years old. He's got good man coverage and decent zone for a free safety, so I do like having that on the team. But he's just a stopgap again. We're gonna have to draft a free safety at some point. Yusuf Corker, 23 years old. He's got good stats. Rookie out of Kentucky. I do like him. But again, he's not going to be ready to take over the free safety role. I'm probably going to end up having to draft somebody. At strong safety, we've got Isaiah Simmons, just a user glitch, 6'4". Again, we got a lot of really tall, userable players, and Isaiah Simmons is one of the best ones in the game. I love having him on the team. I'm not sure if he's actually going to be playing a lot of strong safety or if I'm going to be moving him to linebacker. The thing is, I want to have Christian Harris on the field, and I do like having Isaiah Simmons as well. So I am okay with potentially not using Isaiah Simmons over the middle of the field as much and using him more as a traditional strong safety. Josh Jones is on the Seahawks. I didn't draft him for that reason. He just kind of stood out as like a decent backup safety. 27 years old, almost a 70 overall, 91 speed. Not great at coverage. I didn't really notice that. He's terrible in coverage, but He's a good run support, strong safety, I'm pretty sure. And then the last one we got here is Isaiah Paulo Mao. I definitely butchered that. But he's out of USC. He's a rookie, 6'4", strong safety. So in the mold of Isaiah Simmons to some extent. He's got 89 speed, 91 excel. He's got good agility. And then his man and zone's not great, but I think he had good hit power. No, he has terrible hit power. Okay, well, I was wrong about that. But anyways, he's got great measurables. And then lastly, I never actually draft my kickers and my punters, but in this case, I wanted to draft a young kicker. We got a 21-year-old kicker with star development out of LSU who's got crazy kick power, 97. That's what I look for. And then lastly, we got AJ Cole, who's also got crazy kick power, 26 years old only, and he's got superstar development. So that is the team right now. Now, going forward, I'm going to have to go ahead and set the depth chart. We'll do that in our next episode, which is going to be coming up shortly. And then we're going to go ahead and play our first preseason game. And we're probably going to try to break through all of preseason in one video. I'm going to go ahead and probably just do like some of the highlights because preseason is pretty inconsequential. Don't want to bore you guys too much with that. So I'm going to go ahead and push through preseason as quickly as possible, kind of go through the cuts, and then we'll get into the regular season. So thank you guys for watching this first episode. I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.